Hello, everybody. No intro today. We're on a tight ship and or shift, I should say, and we got to get some stuff going on. So anyway, yeah, Suns are not doing too well right now, not looking too good. But I'm glad to be able to be here with you guys, and we're gonna have at least a good show, at least 1 hour. Let's go ahead and you know, welcome to you guys that are here right now. Thank you so much for being here. Tim Shea, always appreciate you, man. He says, hey, and welcome again to the crypto commissioner, the mayor of crypto. JC the man is here. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. JC. Go subscribe to JC the man. I believe that you're doing pretty well. I think you're at 110 subs, all one word, guys. JC the man. I think that's also you. Hello. And let's see here. Nelly there says, sup, guys. Hey, Tim. Welcome back, Nelly. Rain's also here. Good evening to you. Brittany's in the house. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. Crypto Talk Now's Larry is here. Thank you again, Larry, for being here. Sobo is in the house. Thank you very, very much for being here as well. I also want to say hello to Mike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. He says, thank you for helping me get through chemo. Just hit the like button. So I remember that. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad that we have something that can provide some good info for you. News, entertainment, education, you name it. Shout out to you, Mike, man. Thoughts and prayers are with you. I don't just say that just to say it. I actually mean that. I'll try to definitely remember to keep you on my prayer list for sure, man. Sorry about what you're going through, man. Just hang in there and keep fighting the battle, man. My mom fought it for 6 years and 4 months to the day. She beat the odds many, many times when doctors said that she couldn't do it. But Boomer F and Sooner says, yo, Mighty Max, glad to see you here, Boomer. And let's go further down. Rain's got respect for Sobo. Well, that's good stuff. All right. You got your pink waving. I guess that's on the other screen. Let me see what that looks like real quick. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what emoji that is. That's cool stuff. All right. So I might have some problems with my internet today for some reason. On my stream earlier when I was watching NBA, it was just not coming across all that great. Anyway, Cash Cats is in the house. Thank you also for being here, Mr. Cash. It's going to welcome a few more people like Magnum. Thank you so much for being here. Jack W., let's get this party started. Hello to you too, sir. Dave, welcome back. I always wondered again, Dave, I know that your name is Dave and you got the D, but any chance you're into Digibyte? I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of that. All right, let's go further down. Eric Carter, welcome back. Sup, big dog? Sup, back to you, man. RD Analytics says LCX $19 and what's that? Is that what you're shooting for? Or are you looking at what's that? That more of the technical analysis. Sorry about that. All right. So I want to welcome Mr. Ackman. Hello, with the great looking avatar. Never change that for anything. All right. Summer Flood, glad to see you here. I know you've been watching NBA playoffs, man. So, shout out to your team, Cleveland Cavaliers. I want to go further down and let's go down to Rance. He says, Tim, how are you doing? That's good stuff. Ackman, stay strong, big man. I did chemo for 3 years. You did. Interesting. Just stay positive, laugh, watch some Impractical Jokers. Yeah, that's a good show. I like that show. All right, let's see. Just don't give up. Yeah, absolutely not. Stay strong, man. That's a good thing. All right, let's see how we're doing. You went to the gym today. Good, cool stuff, Mike. We have a lot of mics that watch the show. So let's kick it in. Excuse me. Let's kick it into our lineup for tonight. And one of the things I want to point out to you guys is how well Casper has been doing. So a lot of the show today actually will be in regards to Casper. And just to show you what I'm talking about, there is this, and this is presented from the one and only Mike Cornwell. So, yeah, look at this. I mean, he's got this screenshot, and Casper Network at one point earlier was, well over 5 cents, 42% increase. And that's on the was on the 1 month, I believe, I should say. Not too bad, right? Like we always said, don't sleep on your Casper. In that sideways consolidation, let's face it, it's a good thing. Strengthens the asset, right? So on top of that, I want to show you guys, I meant to actually show you the guys this first, and shout out to Tim Shea. It's this right here. Try to put politics aside, just listen to the message. So it says former President Trump says China is pushing the world off the US dollar currency standard. Is equivalent to America losing a world war. That is horrible. Listen to the message. It's only about 44 seconds. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. We do pay attention to these things, right? Definitely has a direct effect. I don't believe that the dollar is going to collapse, but listen to what he says. I think he mentions as low as like 80 cents on the dollar or something like that. Here we go.
China wants to change the standard, the currency standard. And if that happens, that's like losing a world war. We'll be a second-tier country. We'll literally be a second-tier country if that happens. Now, you're losing Brazil. You're losing Colombia, South America. You're losing Iran. You've lost it. You've lost Russia. And if you haven't lost them yet, you're going to lose them. China's on the yuan, so China's gone. Then you see France going over. No, what's going on? We're losing. If we lose our currency, that's the equivalent of losing a world war. Our currency is what makes us powerful and strong. China wants to change the standard.
All right. So whether you're for him or against him, the point is he makes a good point, and geez, I mean, we were the dominant force in the world when it comes to like a reserve currency, if you will. Buying barrels of oil with U.S. dollars, and that's not going to happen, or it's going to, make a big dent in what used to happen. That's definitely a problem. That's why we pay attention to all this stuff about what the BRICS nations are doing and so on. I'm going to read a few more comments, try to keep a good balance, especially compared to yesterday, right? But you know what? Yesterday was really interesting. We had coverage in regards to, a new project that we were looking into, DMTR, I believe was what it was called, and it was the tokenization of agriculture. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's definitely something I'm putting on my watch list. I even got a message from Papa X Mex, who introduced us, Rio, Casper, and he was saying, man, you got to look into DMTR. So it's like, wow, within the last 2 days, I've had a lot of people mention, DMTR, look into it. So it's definitely something obviously we did look into. And I'll put the deep dive video out. I got a backlog of all the stuff I got to put out. I got to do a proper video in regards to all that stuff that we found out in regards to sneakers, the Jasmine, all that stuff. But I'll try to get it out as soon as I can. All right. Gonna go further down, and I think I saw some more people that showed up. Dave says it's just a better looking D than YouTube gives me. That's cool. That's very true. That's why we say, consider changing your avatar to something that speaks more about who you are and what you're about. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't done so already. We're still going to have a great show. And let's go further down. Ahmed says Veracity is pumping. Maybe we'll take a look into Veracity for just a brief moment. So let's see where we're at. I believe... yeah, we'll just go ahead and share that right now. So Veracity, VRA. See how that's doing. Up 6%. Okay, well, I'm probably doing pretty decent for the week, I imagine. Let's see here. Huh. Yeah, not too bad for the week. That's very cool. Even for the month, not too shabby. Okay. Well, cool. Are you into Veracity, Ahmed? I'll leave that up for just a bit. All right, let's go further down. Rain says he never goes to the gym. Don't know why last time was 2013. Huh. Must be in pretty good shape overall then. Why not, Ryan? Build your own gym at home. I'm lazy for the gym. I hear you. Ryan James, at least you're honest, Ryan. That's all right. I'm just trying to get more in the habit of just doing it, and oh man, it's just I have bone spurs in my feet. It just makes it that much harder. I'm like, I think I just need to go to like a swimming pool or something, and that way my feet aren't smashing down, and I don't have to feel. You lose motivation when you feel pain in your feet. That's what kills it for me. But you could get a good workout with a pool. So I actually think about that. Just maybe join a gym that had like a pool. That way I don't have to deal with the pain. I don't have bone spurs that are like. I don't want people to think like the spurs like going up like that, but it's actually at the very end. And sometimes like when I try to do a vertical lift, it kind of tweaks it, and oh god, it drives you crazy. Ahmed says all these politicians are like 10,000 years old. Yeah, I agree with you on that. But anyway, let's go further down. Make 'em take 'em's back. Hey man, hopefully your team, whoever team that is making them and taking them. I'm sure you're watching some playoffs, especially since you got the basketball here. But welcome back. All right, let's read a few more comments. The U.S. is spending trillions or military bases around the world, shut them down, and they will save trillions. With the whole thing in Taiwan, I don't know if I want to, like pull back on military spending. That's just me. All right. Boomer F. says Trump always makes a good point. He makes points great again. Very good point. No pun intended on the point. All right, Stargazer's back. Thank you for being back. And dab back to you. Make them take them. Rivers in the house. Thank you very much for being here. That's what she said. Wow. All right. Rain says Saudi Arabia, they wait to use the yuan, petro 2 years, and they're waiting any change to 2024 USA election. If they don't like Biden, they wait for Trump. Akma says smash the like. Damn it. All right. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Let's kick it into a little bit more of our coverage that we have tonight. So just kind of showed you that whole thing in regards to Trump. We did show you guys a little bit in regards to, Casper. Let's talk a little bit more about Casper. So Kevin Cage did a lot of coverage today in regards to Casper, and rightfully so. Basically speaking, I mean, it's doing really, really well. I mean, why not talk about it a little bit more? So some of you guys are obviously into Casper. Some of you aren't, and I get that. I think the consistent complaint lately is, this project doesn't have a max supply. You don't like that. Some other people made the point that, well, the reason for that is because you would not get those type of staking rewards if they had it the other way around. And that's a good point. So Kevin Cage came out with this a few hours ago. He did reference ChatGPT, but it's interesting to say the least. So why does Casper Network use WASM? You may not even know what WASM is about, and that's all right. So it says because they understand there are another 30 million devs that could be brought to blockchain, right? You can find some really great talent. And if they build a great project and come and, expand your ecosystem, good things will happen, right? It's a win-win. Instead of just using Solidity with a few 100,000 devs, it's a no-brainer. Now, of course, this comes from ChatGPT, and it says, I think I'll just leave it right there. WebAssembly, often abbreviated as WASM, is a low-level binary format that is designed to be a portable target for the compilation, of high-level programming languages. It is supported by all major browsers, including Google Chrome, Mozilla's Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Apple Safari. The goal of WebAssembly is to provide a way to run code on the web that is more efficient than JavaScript. Now, just think about that for a moment. More efficient than JavaScript. JavaScript in itself was a big player into Web 2. Obviously, we're going to Web 3, but don't ever dismiss JavaScript. Why should you never dismiss JavaScript? understand that JavaScript, if we didn't have that back in the days of Web 2, you wouldn't even be able to go on YouTube. And maybe you would have, but what problem would we have run into? Well, if you remember in the late 90s, the days of dial-up, you might have been that lucky person who had, the first stages of broadband, DSL, right? But one of the consistent problems, even if a person had DSL, was buffering issues on a video. So you either, hit pause on it and let it buffer further ahead. And then so you play the video, and that way it's just kind of like this steady streamline, like what we experience now when we watch a video and don't even think about it. Or maybe you figured out a way to download it because you just wanted to watch a cool video clip and you didn't want to deal with buffering issues, right? The point is, until we got to the point of having JavaScript, all the things that we take, for granted, watching a Twitter video, YouTube video, you name it, let's face it, even before YouTube, E-bombs world, right? Remember that? You had problems. JavaScript was a game changer. So on this outline where it says that, we're going to have something more efficient than JavaScript, that's the path forward for Web 3. So what is that? Well, again, WebAssembly, right? So it says it can be used in a variety of contexts beyond the web, right? So much more than just watching videos. WebAssembly smart contracts are a type of smart contract that uses WebAssembly as their execution platform. These contracts are typically written in a high-level programming language such as Rust, C++, or TypeScript, and then compiled to a WebAssembly bytecode. Now, I know this is a lot of nerdy stuff, but listen to this. Because WebAssembly is a low-level format, it can be executed very quickly and is suitable for use in smart contracts that need to be executed on a blockchain, right, the connection, or other decentralized network. WebAssembly smart contracts can be used to implement a wide variety of applications, including DeFi, gaming, social networks, and more. So you're hitting all the major things. Currently speaking, like I mentioned, Java, right? You watch a YouTube video. Hey, it's funny. You're watching a sporting event. All that stuff, right? If you're using a certain streaming platform, more than likely within the code, without even thinking about it, it's got Java mixed up into it. But if we are evolving with innovation, right, then how do we take it to the next step forward when it comes to Web3? Well, literally, this is an outline on how that's done. So it says they offer a number of advantages over traditional smart contract platforms, including improved performance, enhanced security, and greater flexibility. Additionally, because WebAssembly is a portable format, it is possible to write a smart contract once and run it on multiple platforms, including different blockchains. So when you hear the talk of, we're going forward in Web3, what does that consist of? What exactly does that mean? Here's a perfect example of what that is. And I think that is crucial, And so, of course, you guys probably remember this from Robert Redford, and you're like, yeah, let's get it going. But there's obviously more to this, and we're going to get more into this outline here in a bit. I'm just going to kick it back into the comments for just a brief bit. But if anything, a lot of different devs are coming into Casper. And as a result, you do see some price action. And on top of that, what was it? The world's largest onboarding of, was it 25 million patents onto one particular blockchain, and it's Casper? 25 million, last I checked, is nothing to bat an eye at. All right, smash that like if you haven't done so already. I'm going to put our banner back up. There we go. And let's get some other things going on, like this right here. And let me see real quick. I'm going to see the score, because I got to see the score. Suns they were like down 30 to 18 at one point. All right, Suns are catching up. Yes, 59 to 50, second quarter, 26 seconds left before halftime. So cool stuff. Man, I was really worried there for a little bit. All right. So that's good. That's not too bad. I can live with a 9-point lead. All right, let's check who else is here. And let's see where we're at. All right. We're almost approaching 50. Wonderful, beautiful people. As I take a sip of water, as Brian Dowie would say, right? Shout out to Larry. All right, let's go further down. Yes, welcome again, River. Aquaman says all you need is some veracity in your portfolio. To be honest, I thought about getting into that a while back. I think it's a pretty decent project. Xera has been moving up again. Yes, it definitely has, and I'm only like a penny below where I could be in the profit margin, basically. Ryan says, Tim, they are doing politics. Your Petro, they know. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, Era Vincent, welcome back. Of Top Shelf Crypto, give him a follow on Rumble, killing it on Rumble. He says LCX down 5%. Plus, get it. Very good point. HTTR all day. He says you cover quant yet, bruh. We cover it all the time, but we haven't. On today's, if you're looking for quant news yet, we're about 21 minutes into it. I don't know if we'll have much quant coverage for today because this is going to be kind of a shortened show due to the NBA playoffs or the Suns game, I should say. But we did have a lot of coverage about it yesterday. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Consider changing your avatar. Something speaks more about who you are and what you're about. And let's go down. Tim Shea. Saudis want something from us and are bargaining. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. What up? Yes. Good to have you here. And Magic Power with the classic line. Right on. I didn't say it yesterday, so I'll make up for today. Hello. Guten Tag. Liechtenstein Exchange. It's just me in the house. Boom. There you go. All right. I want to welcome back XRP Boss. He says they got money for wars but can't feed the poor. Yep, that is something Tupac used to say. Anyway, that was off of the, was that from Tupacalypse Now, or was it Me Against the World? I think it was Me Against the World album. Great album. All right, let's go further down. Let Taiwan fight their own war. That is not a good message, man. If Taiwan falls, it could be disastrous. That's just my opinion, but I get where you're coming from. It's like where we get all the money for all this stuff, right? Bobby Loretti says, good evening, CTM fam. How's everyone been? Well, been doing pretty good. I think a lot of people here are doing pretty well, depending on what they're invested in and so on, right? I'm just going to welcome a few more people, and let's go further down. Let's see what we got here. That's just the way I look at it too, you know. He did make a good point. All right. Rayan says, Tim, Saudi Arabia, they using now a US dollar petro. They are considering considering young money. They future if Trump lose the presidency in USA. Okay. Fresh meat in Washington. All right, let me go further down. I think I saw who was it? Mr. Crypto Mike is in the house. And let's see where we're at. All right. Actually, I want to welcome Mr. Heath Overledger Lee. Greetings, everyone. And of course, Max. Yeah, greetings to you too, man. Glad to have you here. All right. Let's go ahead and highlight that. And if anything, we're going to kick it back into a little bit more of a Casper coverage. Shout out to Kevin Cage for providing it. If you're not following Kevin Cage in regards to your Casper, I really don't know what you're doing. But he says ADA hit $3 with a $32 billion circulating supply and $99 billion market cap at all-time highs. That's a very good point. If Casper did that move today, it would be $9.05. My goodness, using today's circulating supply. If you think ADA and HBAR can hit $1, $3, or $5, which I do, and then some, then Casper can too, if not a few X's higher. Network expected to reach full capacity. Listen to this, between 2028 to 2030. You know, some people are not willing to wait that long, but, you know, a lot of people are, right? Like I mentioned before, if you were willing to buy into the concept of a 401k at the age of, I don't know, 18 or 20 years old, all right, or maybe you're 22 right out of college, you're willing to buy into that plan of working at a corporation, you know, corporate America or something like that, even if it wasn't corporate America, but some job for literally 45 years, and then having a pretty decent nest egg of a 401k, you bought into that, you can't wait until 2028 or 2030. Just saying. So sorry, Twitter, a $1 Casper is easily possible with decent success, with actual success way higher. Here's a good thing to note. Circulating supply today is 93.8%. Total locked up is 75% locked up, which is 2.2 billion total actually available for exchanges. Not many tier one still, but they can get there. Again, it's still a project, kind of flies on the radar for whatever reason. They have just as much impressive partnerships as HBAR. $7 to $10 billion patents will be deployed, traded, updated on the public chain, aka constant demand and computation of the Casper token. Once use case, dozens more coming, and that's all you need. You need a few great projects built on the ecosystem and so on, and it's off to the races. In my opinion, not financial advice. I know a lot of people want to do the whole thing totally. So to me, it ain't about that. To me, it's just recognizing the research and understanding what they're involved with and who they're with. But anyway, we got a little bit more in regards to this coverage from Kevin Cage. Really put out a lot of Casper news because let's face it, it's trending pretty well lately. And like Mike Cornwell basically shown earlier, doing really, really well on the 1 month chart. I mean, we're in the 5 cent range. Remember when we were down in the 2 cent range and so on? Everybody complained about sideways consolidation, like we just mentioned. The same applies to like XDC, sideways consolidation for like 6+ months in a bear market strengthens the asset, and then once we get other things going, like projects built on the ecosystem or news about 25 million patents for crying out loud on one specific blockchain, all those things are pretty bullish. And what about this, guys? Paris Blockchain Awards week, right? They actually won that, right? So pretty darn impressive. Kevin Cage also mentions that he buys Casper here, even as a U.S. resident, right? No KYC, up to $10 Bitcoin withdrawal. Of course, there's a referral link, but here's the new Casper wallet. Remember when it was in beta? So we're going to jump into that for just a brief moment. And this is straight from the CasperWallet.io site. It's a browser wallet for the Casper network. Casper Wallet is the easy and secure way to manage your Casper, sign transactions, connect to dApps, and even more on the Casper blockchain. We're going to watch this quick video in regards to this real quick. And here we go. All right, so there you have it in regards to that. We're going to kick it again back to the comments just for a brief bit. I'm going to turn on some of the banners that we have. All right, there we go. See if you guys have any specific questions or comments. Pretty decent crowd here on this wonderful Sunday evening or Sunday night, depending on where you're at. If you can't recognize there's women here, I don't know what to tell you. There's at least about 3, maybe 4 here, but that's okay. And y'all not talking crypto? Well, okay. All right, let's go further down into the comments. Everybody's welcoming each other. Thank you so much for being here. Jeez, man. Some of you and I have a Snickers bar. Let's see here. How many of your wives sneaking around to find a baby maker? Here I am. Try to keep it clean and polite, please. Thank you very much. All right, Crypto Homes 777. Veracity had a nice move up today. It did. And you know who pointed that out was Ahmed, Mr. Crypto Homes. Thank you for being here. Dan the Man, also welcome back. Always love your avatar. Casper is very bullish. Yeah, they're doing a lot of things. You know, all the complaints everybody had about the 2022 bear market and so on, and they're doing more than good. You know, let's face it, guys. Take Casper and H bar. You know, yeah, I have H bar higher on my list than Casper. You know, it's my consistent number 5. I think Casper is still very, very underrated, and I don't know, you know, with these new support levels, maybe we consistently hold above the 5 cent barrier. We'll have to wait and see how that goes, basically. But with the launch of this new wallet, and a lot more people talking about it and so on, pretty cool stuff. All right, 2 million coins in the bag. Oh, right on. Yeah, Dan the Man, welcome. Ahmed, they have a buyback and burn quarter. All right, take it easy. Sayonara. All right, Catch Cat says Dan the Man. And let's see here. You can leave if that's the case. And goodbye. And I will not kiss your butt to come back. So peace out. All right. All right, so let's see here. Michael says peace. All right, let's go further down. Ahmed, Veracity, 90 billion are market tokens equals just for POV tech, 10.3 billion in circulation, mostly staked and dev tokens, 10 billion dedicated to war chest for acquisition of companies. Yeah, very good point. All right, let me go further down. See what else we got in the chat. I'm gonna double check the other screen. I guess some people, because they see like a quant logo in the thumbnail. Oh, this guy's gonna talk 24/7 about quant. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, man. Obviously, you never watched the show before. Don't exactly work that way. All right, so let's go further down. I think we're doing okay on the other side of the page. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I think we're good. Saw Grizzly Bear Gray came in. Thank you for being here. And let's see where we're at. Ahmed, the buybacks and burns will only get larger as more customers use Fairview. All right, let's see here. Rain says, Quant, you will see it at $500 in October. Yeah, I mean, you know, once we get things taken off, I mean, it would be pretty cool to see that. All right. All right, let's go further down. Rand says, I know Quant may more, or hold on. I'm not reading that right. Sorry about that, Rand. All right. Buy some Jasmine, then buy some more. Just going to read a few more comments. Boomer soon, Jasmine Quant on fire. Mr. Elon Muff. Well, you're going to be hurting in 2024 because it's happening. Rand states, 100 Quant, what are you thinking, man? 100 is too much, to be honest. How could it be too much? Like, the way I look at it is there's not enough. You can't get enough quant, in my opinion. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, Heath over Ledgerly. Buy one more, then rinse and repeat. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. All right, so let's just kick it back into what we have on the coverage. Let's see where we're at in regards to this. So we showed you some in regards to, you know, Kevin Cage and so on. Good stuff. Here's a little bit more from him, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's see where we're highlighted. I know it's a lot in regards to Casper, but I mean, sometimes it's just not planned, you know, like there's just a lot of coverage today in regards to Casper. But anyway, yeah, Kevin Cage says 7 to 10 billion in aggregate value will be minted by minting patents as NFTs on Casper. Patent holders are able to do what? Securely verify, store, trade, and license their patents with greater transparency and ultimately at lower costs than in traditional patent markets. Look what's referenced here back on the 23rd. Again, the Paris blockchain week, the one, right? So, they got that award for #1 enterprise blockchain project of the year, accepted by M. Parlakar, who's, one of the big wigs from Casper. Congrats again to IPWE for demonstrating the value of the technology for the largest enterprise deployment of NFTs ever. And if anything, we'll just play this a little bit, just in case you missed it from back then. Here's a reiteration of that. Here we go.
Wow, this is really amazing. Want to thank the Casper Association and, of course, IPWE for being amazing partners in this wonderful journey with us. We've been working with them for over a year and a half to get them live on the Casper protocol, and they're going to be minting 25 million NFT patents on the public protocol, and it's a fantastic project that is demonstrating real-world utility of this wonderful technology we call blockchain. So I'm very excited to be a small piece of this. I want to thank the association, the engineering team at Casper Labs, and our wonderful community for supporting us. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool stuff. I'm gonna go further down the comments, see if you guys got anything specific that you want mentioned or anything like that. Grizzly Bear, welcome. He says, I just heard that blank you got hacked for 22.5 million Shiba Inu and other coins. Yeah, I mean, what was it? Was it Bybit or whatever it was called? There was also QNT, Matic, a few others. Magic Power, the king in the crypto ring is with the absolute biggest potential is XRP. Yeah, that's right, Bitrue. I don't know why I said Bybit. Yeah, Bitrue. All right, let's go further down. I want to welcome up Boom Diggity. He says, hey, yo, glad to have you here. Michael Montclair, same with you. He says he yelled at a guy on his own live show. He said I was American dog. Wrong thing to say to me. What the heck? That's strange. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird day for people in general. I don't know. All right. Aria's World, Nike with Casper. Yes, that was another one, right? And that was a big thing, right? That was basically something that was covered a while back. But I mean, Google, Nike, was it Boeing? There's a few others that really, really stand out. I mean, I just think it's a very underrated project that kind of still flies under the radar, even with recent price action. So, all right, so let's go further down. Let's go in the hood. Let's have a nice avatar. Was that King Kong? Anyway, Owl, welcome back. Thank you for being here, Mr. Albert. And Salamander's in the house. He says, hello, fellow Americans. Why isn't Maximus not talking about it? About the whole hack? I thought I did talk about the other day, man. Yeah, we covered that the other day, literally. I mean, we could talk more about it. Hold on a second. So, I mean, it did get brought to a lot of people's attention, but yeah, we did talk about this the other day. SHIB, QNT, was it Bitrue? 1 second. Bitrue hack. Yeah, this is like from 2 days ago. Okay, if you missed it, we can talk about it again. I mean, it's all right. Just I'm just saying flat out, like in about 20 minutes, I'm going to end the show early. I announced that for the last couple of days. But yeah, we could pull this from, I guess we could pull it from my CoinDesk. Hold on a second. All right, so here it is, straight from CoinDesk. All right, it says crypto exchange Bitrue drained of 23 million in hack of Ether, Shiba, other tokens. Some of those other tokens was QNT. You had some Matic. Bitrue said the affected wallet contained less than 5% of the overall reserves. Hackers drained, like we mentioned, 23 million belonging to a Singapore-based crypto exchange, Bitrue. I've never personally used them. I've been aware of them, but I never use them. Friday said in a tweet, Bitrue did not specify how the attack took place. We can again double check on crypto Twitter to see if there's any particular update in regards to like what exactly happened. But here's the quote. It says they have identified a brief exploit in one of their hot wallets on 7/18 UTC, 14th of April, right? This is literally 2 days ago. They're able to address this matter quickly and prevented the further exploit of funds. I did reference another person on crypto Twitter that was talking about, he was a big quant guy, and he felt as though that the response was, very, I don't know, I guess you say prompted to the point, and, QT is going to be more than good. And it was just kind of like, all right, move on from there. But if you didn't see this, it's all right. Here it is. This is from a different source, but it says Bitrue said adding the team was investigating the situation. The attackers were able to withdraw assets worth approximately 23 million US dollars in the following currencies. And just like I mentioned before, Quant is part of that mix. So you have Ethereum, QNT, Gala, Shiba Inu, and even Hot, as well as Matic, like I mentioned earlier, Polygon Matic. Bitrue said the affected wallet contained less than 5% of overall reserves, and the remaining wallet was not compromised. And that's one of the key takeaways right there, was not compromised. The exchange has temporarily suspended all withdrawals. I personally do not know anybody that uses Bitrue. I mean, is it bad news? Yeah, it's bad news, but that's why you should be like pretty choosy on what exchanges you use. The exchange has temporarily suspended all withdrawals, like I mentioned. It expects to reopen on the 18th, which is 2 days from now. All identified users are affected by this incident will be compensated in full. I mean, at least they're going to be compensated, right? It's a sense of insurance. Bitrue trades an average of over 1 billion a day, according to CoinGecko data. I was not aware of that. I thought it was a lot lower than that. But yeah, there you have it in regards to that. I can try to pull up a little bit more from crypto Twitter in regards to that. But there you have it again, and this time from a different source, right from CoinDesk instead of crypto Twitter. All right, let me jump back in the comments, and let's see where we're at. All right, let's go further down. Hold on a second. I gotta go the other way. My bad. All right. The crypto market is crashing. Wow. How about that? I mean, slightly down 1.28 or 1.27 trillion. All right, let's go further down. Salamander says, hello, fellow Australians. Welcome some people. Everything okay, Grizzly Bear Greg? Hope so, man. Let's go further down. Let's see here. Quant just took a dump to 117. I'm not really sweating it. I mean, it could crash all the way down to $90. I'm not into Quant on the short term, but I can understand if you're upset. All right. Tim Shea says Bitcoin dipped below 30K and is rebounding. Nothing major. Yeah, I mean, this is not like an FTX situation. We're not like back at major black swan events, so like touching 15,900. I mean, let's bring that up for a second. All right. So currently speaking, yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of a drop from 1.29 trillion to 1.27. We're still in that, roughly in that area of 29 to 31K for Bitcoin. You can definitely double check some of the technical analysis where you normally follow if you're into that type of thing, and see where that's going. Ethereum is still up above 2,000. we'll have to see what happens with it. I mean, we're on a Sunday. I mean, usually, by Monday or Tuesday, we should get something more definitive if, people want to take more a look into where we're going in regards to the overall crypto market. Let's face it, Bitcoin and Ethereum still represent roughly 80 to 81% of the overall crypto market. It gives you an idea where we're going. Anyway, I'll leave that up there for just a brief bit. All right, meant to be in the frame, my bad. All right, let's go further down. I mean, if you want to hit some of your goals, and you haven't hit them yet, I mean, that's not a bad particular, I don't know, price range personally. I know some people are rooting for a lot of doom and gloom because they didn't have a chance in 2022 to really load up, but it is what it is. All right, let's read this one real quick. He says quant bounced back very nicely. And let's see here. Cash Cats looks like a SM correction. In all honesty, Grizz. Boom Diggity says his goal is 100 quant and a little more than halfway there, but expecting a little bit of a pullback. That's one heck of a goal, man. That's pretty impressive. Roman Helmet, welcome back. He says, sup, dudes. And Boom Diggity says, yeah, my nickname was King Kong due to being 6'5" with massive hands and size 18 feet. Oh, my God. Wow. Did you actually play a lot of basketball back in the day? Kind of interested to find out about that. All right. Can't give you any financial advice. You have to make that decision for yourself based on the research that you've done. I don't personally hold any Gala, but I think it's a good project. It's just not on my short list. You did. I'm sorry, man. Well, maybe you did well with that, right? All right. It's okay, Grizzly Bear. It's all right. Yeah, a lot of stuff was addressed a couple days ago on like crypto Twitter, you name it. If I got a little bit more time, I could try to pull up some more of the recent things, but I don't know. I think there was an official response from Quant, and they handled it really well. I could have sworn that we either covered that yesterday or the day before. It was just a quick little snippet in regards to that. But anyway, how about this, Grizzly Bear? If you were thinking that this was going to be as monumentous as like Alliance Block, right, with the whole thing with Bonk now, it's not even remotely close as big as that. That's a whole different type of situation. All right. Prophet, I haven't seen you in forever. If you're the same Prophet I'm thinking of, I haven't seen you forever. Welcome. Grizzly Bear says, well, I apologize. I thought it was just happening now. It's okay, man. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. No worries. I understand if you upset. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I guess some people think I try to sweep things under the rug. I think even Cool Cat Crypto has mentioned that before. Shout out to him. But my thing is this. If I was really trying to sweep things under the rug, why would I bother highlighting your comment? That's like what I told him in the past. It's like I am addressing it. I'm highlighting your comment and reading it and so on. So I don't really do that. I mean, I do report on report on the good and the bad. I mean, perfect example, Cypherium. Perfect example, Alliance Block to Nexera. Some other things that might not be the best news coverage, right? Or that people want to hear about. But we don't really try to sweep anything under the rug or avoid certain news because it doesn't sound popular. We're not paid by any project. That's, I guess, the beautiful thing, right? I mean, if we were paid by some specific project, you've seen some other content creators, like, especially when it comes to the DGen plays, right? Like, they might not want to talk about some of that stuff and they'll just skip over comments and stuff like that. We don't have that problem because we're not sponsored by anybody. Would I like to be sponsored by Quant and Ripple and all that? Oh yeah, who wouldn't be? But yeah, we do try to cover the good and the bad. And if I'll state this. I mean, I apologize to anybody who might have missed me talking about a couple days. I don't know. I might have put like 5 minutes of focus on it. And I just basically said that I felt as though in regards to the QNT team, I thought they did a good job of what should I call it? Responding to the issue, and they moved on fine. It wasn't that huge of a deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, nobody wants to see anybody missing coins. I mean, I own SHIB as well. I own MAG. But even if it wasn't any of the things that we own, we don't want to see any exchange get hacked, period. I mean, it's bad news. All right, let me come back in the frame. Let me go further down. Dan the Man says buy 10 to 20 cryptos. Excuse me. Or stack bigger bags under 10. Oh man, I cannot answer that for you. I mean, my thing is, for me personally, I'm at the point where I just want to stack more of what I have, and then pick out the ones that seem like they're more on sale or had a pullback, like Quant with the recent thing. Let's face it, that's going to be a negative attribute of what happened. And people recognize those things. How about this? I mean, you guys were talking about Nexera earlier, ALBT. Let's pull that up for a second. Let's just talk about that for just a brief moment. Might not be specifically what you're referring to, but you're asking a good question, and I do want to share the screen on this one for just a second. I only got roughly about 10 minutes or so. Maybe I could go a little bit over, depending on the time. So let's just talk about this for a brief moment. Let's look at Nexera. I believe this is on the list. There it is. So for the 7-day chart, you do see that's up 34%. And in reality, I mean, come on, guys. Remember right after we went from ALBT to Nexera, and that whole thing was happening. This was as low as like 4.5 cents, 5 cents, something like that. So some people, basically really took advantage of that, and some people didn't. So for me, I mean, I paid probably a little bit too much for my Nexera, but the key thing is, I mean, some of you guys are already back in the profits. I'm almost back in the profits. I mean, there's a perfect example of a project that made us whole again, in my opinion, is Nexera. And I think, I mean, we're not completely 100% in the rear view with this, but getting close to it. But look at some of the, projects that we have covered recently. Rocket X Exchange. They had that recent partnership with, XDC, and that was big. Also on top of that, you got, Alliance Block, right? But all these, right? At least 30% up. Casper, same thing, at least 30% up. Even my Audius was doing good. I mean, I talk about that once in a while. We cover, of course, Helium, but we have covered Audius here and HNT. Shout out to Ahmed, his Veracity, right? Up 25%. Jasmine, right? I mean, you may not think that's big of a deal, but up 20% was higher than that, right? We saw the 7s for that. So again, as far as what to stack, I mean, it's up to you. If there's certain projects that have good prices and you don't have an entry point, and you really, I guess you could say, convicted to the research and where they're going, maybe you do that depending on the price, but it is what it is. All right, let me go further down. Let's see where we're at in the comments. Brandon Webb, thank you for being here. He says Jasmine gave us a small sample of what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, just because we just hit like 7 cent retreat, 7 cents recently, not 7 cents, 0.07, excuse me. Doesn't mean that that's going to be the new retracement. If anything, people are going to obviously wake up to that, or not everybody has, use the limit orders, or have automatic buys or sells for things, right? But some people, let's face it, they woke up to that and they're like, oh wow, this thing hit the 7s. I'm gonna, I'm a swing trader, I'm out of it. Me personally, Jasmine is not for that. I'm in the profits now, which is super cool. I'm very thankful for that. I mean, shout out to Salamander. I think yesterday when it was in the 7s, you said that you notice, you're like, wow, man, I'm in, I'm up 1K. Thank you, Max, and stuff like that. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. But I cannot answer for you guys when it comes to your own personal financial decisions, obviously. But and I get it, sometimes it's just a natural thing to ask. But I agree with Brandon here. I think this is indeed a small sample of what's going to happen, and then some. When everything gets off to the races, which I feel as though could be more sooner than you think. And why do I state that? It's because what's coming up in the summer. We know some big things are going to be coming up in the summer. So if the Japanese government or the citizens, just Japan in general, is leaps and bounds ahead of the United States, right? Then my thing is they already get it. So could that mean that Jasmine gets us to the promised land first, like I mentioned? Could very well be the case. All right, let's go further down in the comments. Seeker of Truth, thank you for being here. He says SHX equals IBM, US digital dollar, $550 gets you 1 million. Don't ignore this hidden gem. Isn't that Stronghold? Let me see, because I believe Stronghold is part of the QFX. Yeah, that's Stronghold. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a good project. It's in the top 20 for the quantum financial system. I would agree with you on that. Thank you for being here. And just like your avatar, you are speaking the truth. All right. Ian says, well, I was stacking almost, and H-bar just started. Stack QNT, grabbed my first 16. All right. Let's see further down. Nelly agrees with you. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to, I don't know, if I get more requests for Stronghold, I might just do a deep dive. Sun's cut to 2 points. What was that, 648? So, all right. So hopefully it's still going on. I want to obviously be able to watch the rest of the game. I might just read a few more comments. Remind to leave the ads for Max Vids running all the way. Thank you. All right, Grizzly Bear, just thought you didn't hear about it yet since I thought it was breaking news. Oh, it's okay, Grizzly Bear. It's okay, my friend. All right? No worries. All right? Like, I'm not upset with you or anything like that. So, we just have, what's his name? That other guy that was here earlier, and I don't know. He's just kind of like, go eat a Snicker bar, dude. Or go, never mind. I'm not going to say it. All right, Tim Shea says, Max, I just got, I got in just an over 3 cents. Yeah, man, you freaking rocked it out with that. I took profits and still have a nice bit. That's awesome, man. I mean, Tim, you were one of the original guys that like told us about ALBT, and I know that there was probably a period of time you're like kind of worried about it, because nobody likes to be that guy who is all gung-ho about a particular project and then something bad happens. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe Grizzly Bear Greg, you're like, Max, you told us all about quant, and you and Mike Cornwell, all these guys, you're like quant, and all this bad news happened. How can I not talk about this darn thing? Shame on you. Burn that at the stake. No, I'm kidding. But that's a reality. That can happen with anything, and it's awkward, but I mean, I'm not going to be to the point where like I'm not going to talk about it, I don't know. If they did, I don't know. I think I hold Klekai. I think I held it on Coinbase wallet, so I would technically be screwed. But I did have it with the providing liquidity on the pairing with Shiba Inu. So I don't know if that means I'm still screwed. I don't know. Patrick Collier, welcome. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know. Here's the thing. I honestly don't know how I can wolf my rewards. I tried it, and it comes up with problems. Like it just doesn't allow me to do it. And I've done more than a 1 year. I was only supposed to do a 6 year lock, and it won't let me unlock it. I did, and then I was like, okay, man, it's a 1 year. You know what I mean? Like maybe something I don't know here. I still can't. I try to find a tutorial or somebody who's done it too. There's like nothing. So I got to figure out something with that, because I don't want to be at the point where, like you mentioned, Tim, I should be getting some bone rewards, and I've been, I provided that, we call it to that liquidity pool, LP, over a year now. I think almost a year, maybe not quite, maybe almost a year, but if anything, I did at least 6 months. I should be able to wolf my rewards. Of course you did. Yes. That's cool, man. All right. Exactly. That's what everybody at some point should do that. Anyway. All right. I think honestly, guys, I mean, I hate to say it, I might have to end it. You may not like that. I'm so sorry, but tomorrow will be more of a normal day. I want to jump back into seeing the Suns game. We are at third quarter, 4:10 left, 77-70. But the Suns on top, baby. Yeah, let's go. All right, I'm gonna hop back to it. Thank you for understanding. And if anything, you want more of that WrestleMania, might be tomorrow night. Actually, it won't be tomorrow night. That's utility talk now. So be like Tuesday night, right? Right. Glad to have you guys here. I know it was just a quick thing. That's why like I said, was just doing a quick thing on Casper. Sometimes, the thumbnail might show like a quant, and you're thinking, well, that's what's going to be covered. You got to keep in mind, things change, and I might have more juicier news for one particular topic than the other. And if what's his name can't handle it, then he can't handle it. Life goes on. Never mind. All right. Have a great night, Rayan. You too, Sobo. And we'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Brittany, have a great night too. I love you guys. You guys rock. We have a great community. Thank you for understanding the situation. And like I said, sometimes at the end of the day, you just need to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And we live in a day and age that's like sometimes kindness might be the best policy. So, perfect example. Years ago, my pastor, this guy was on his tail, and when he pulled over into the grocery store parking lot, this guy was cussing at him and giving him the bird and just telling him to go F himself and all that sorts of stuff like that. You know what my pastor did? He looked at the guy and he says, I'm so sorry about what happened. And if anything, I'm definitely going to pray for you. And I was just like, wow, you really told that guy that? He's like, yeah, that guy was a jerk. But, when somebody's being a jerk to you and you just throw kindness in their face, they look at you like a deer in a headlight and they don't know what the heck to do. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do that, but be kind to people. That's all I can say. So with that said, this is Max saying over and out, and it will be a great show tomorrow. I'm looking forward to having Sean, the Crypto Smith, back for Utility to Talk Now. Please go subscribe to him. Anyway, enough of that. Go Suns. Won't be no outro. I'm out of here. We'll see you on the next one.